A report from Shoot is stating that Tottenham Hotspur will drop into the Premier League relegation zone. Football Insider states Spurs are desperate to avoid selling defender Luka Vuskovic. Former Spurs chairman Daniel Levy was asked how he felt about the club's league position. Ex-Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher on a possible penalty to Spurs. And the Football Insider revealed on Tuesday that Palhinha's future is now out of Tottenham's hands. Here are your daily Tottenham news headlines. Hi everyone, hope you are well. Welcome back to the channel and to another edition of the Daily Tottenham News Headlines, where I'll be going through all the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. My name is Leader Dorset Spur. If you're watching it on YouTube, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to this on an audio platform, please hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Let's get into it. So, a report from Shoot is stating that Tottenham Hotspur will drop into the Premier League relegation zone once again if West Ham United defeat Newcastle United on Sunday. The Lily Whites are sat in the bottom three until a crucial win over Aston Villa earlier this month pulled them out of it. Before a 1-1 draw against Leeds United on Monday evening moved Roberto De Zerbi side 2 points clear of the drop. The Hammers, who sit in 18th, face the Magpies on Sunday and will leapfrog their fierce London rivals if they pick up all 3 points at St James's Park. In the meantime, though, it has emerged that Spurs have made a huge decision on the future of one of their most impressive young players. As per Football Insider, the Lily Whites are desperate to avoid selling defender Luka Vuskovic during the summer transfer window. The young centre-back is currently on loan at German side Hamburg and has been in fine form with the club this term. Vuskovic, 19, joined Tottenham last year but was immediately sent out on loan to the Bundesliga. He has since made 29 appearances for Hamburg across all competitions. He has proved useful both defensively and in attack this season, netting 6 times for the German side. It is claimed that the teenager's impressive performances have attracted interest from some of Europe's biggest clubs, including Spanish champions Barcelona and German giants Bayern Munich. According to the report, though, Spurs are wary of losing first-team members this summer and will look to Vuskovic to replace any senior centre-backs that may depart. The Croatia international's contract with Spurs is set to run until the end of the 29-30 campaign, and he is set to return to North London at the end of his loan spell this summer. Former Spurs chairman Daniel Levy was asked how he felt about the club's league position. He said, "Emptiness. But I'm optimistic that we will remain in the Premier League." He answered, "Never know, not in a million years," when asked if he saw any signs that the club would end up in this relegation scrap. Despite the team's poor showing in the league, Levy said he would continue attending matches, adding, "It's in my blood." Levy was made a CBE by the Prince of Wales for services to charity and to the community in Tottenham, supporting education, health and social inclusion and creating jobs through the construction of the stadium. I think Tottenham fans should be proud that the club has made such a fantastic contribution to the local population, he said. Having been in charge of Tottenham for 24 years, Levy was the Premier League's longest serving chairman, but he was accused by fans of prioritising the club's business interests over delivering success on the pitch. Levy said he had hoped to win more silverware during his time in charge. "What I would have hoped for is winning the Premier League, winning the Champions League. Easier said than done," he said. He said he spoke about Aston Villa with William, who is a long-standing Villa fan, when he received his honour. "I thanked him for allowing us, as in Tottenham, to beat Aston Villa when we played them a few weeks ago," he said. He wished us luck for the rest of the season, very much hoping that Tottenham survive the Premier League. Former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher talking on TalkSport on the Tottenham versus Leeds game and a possible penalty to Spurs. "My first thought when I saw it was, blimey, they got a penalty. You were 13 minutes into stoppage time when the when you see the replay, he does just catch the ball. There's no doubt about it. But it's one of them, he gets a bit lucky, because if he doesn't get the ball, it's clearly a penalty. On the Leeds penalty, he said, I was surprised Gillett and VAR had needed VAR to intervene. I often talk about clues, and the clue for me was the fact that the Leeds player was actually jumping. That will show you how high the player's foot was. He hasn't just caught him on the face. He caught him on the face from a jump. That is a very high boot. The Football Insider revealed on Tuesday that Palhinha's future is now out of Tottenham's hands, as links over a move to Sporting continue to intensify. The possibility of a return to his boyhood club is understood to be open for Palhinha due to personal reasons, which would leave Spurs awaiting his own decision before they could proceed towards a deal. Bayern Munich are adamant that they will not be keeping the 30-year-old, while Tottenham have shown a keen interest in negotiating a lower fee than their initial £25 million purchase option. Roberto De Zerbi has already made it clear that he values the veteran's leadership and wants to keep him around as part of the group for next term, but his future is beyond the club's grasp at this moment. Palhinha's own desires at this stage of his career are set to dictate whether he will return to his homeland ahead of next season or whether he is still keen to stay in the Premier League. He has been in and out of Tottenham's team throughout the campaign, but De Zerbi has trusted him to start some of their most crucial games in recent weeks. So let's kind of go through them one at a time and just kind of pick out or pick through some of that. So the first one, a report from Shoot, is stating that Tottenham Hotspur will drop into the Premier League if West Ham beat Newcastle United on Sunday. Yeah, well, we can all work that out. It's a 2-point difference. They get 3 points for a win. So, of course, that would mean that they would leapfrog us. But, of course, they still do have to do that. They still do have to win. And we still have the opportunity to go back out of that relegation zone should we get anything at Stamford Bridge. A very big ask, I know. I can see you kind of going, Lee, come on. But it's the truth. You know, if we get a point from Chelsea, then we are back out of the relegation zone, and goal difference is the difference. And we will go into the final day knowing that all we've got to do is better or equal to what West Ham do. So, you know, it is all still to play for. I know lots and lots of fans are giving up. Everyone's saying, you know, West Ham can win it. Newcastle want us down, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, let's take it one game at a time. West Ham have to beat Newcastle. Newcastle, if they don't turn up, then, you know, presumably everyone will be up in arms like they were for Aston Villa. Oh, we'll see, though. We'll see, won't we? Moving on to the Vuskovic story, I don't think this one's going away. It's clear that he's having a really good time in the Bundesliga. He's done really well. He's scoring goals. He's been made captain at times. He's been one of their best players. And of course, all the big clubs are going to be interested in that. You know, Bayern Munich for sure, as he is playing in Germany. It kind of makes a little bit of sense that they would be interested. Barcelona now are showing interest in the lad. I think that's obvious. If a player's doing well, you're going to see that all the time. But as I've stated in the story, he has a contract until the 29-30 season. Spurs will not be letting him go anytime soon. Because depending on what happens, there is the potential that Romero may move on, Dragusin may well move on. We've heard stories about that. Van der Ven has an interest from Liverpool, from Man United. So depending on what happens this season, there may be a gap for him. The reason why he went out on loan was his request. He wanted to go out on loan because he wanted guaranteed football to help with his career. Now, by saying to him, no, you come back, we're going to use you, we're going to utilise you, then there won't be any need for him to go out on loan. So let's just see how that pans out. But I'm not panicking about any of that. So let's kind of move on from it and see where it takes us for sure. Daniel Levy getting his CVE. Listen, whatever you think about Daniel Levy as a person, the reality is he has done an awful lot for Tottenham in the area. Regeneration of the area, all the jobs that it's created. You think on match days, concert days, rugby days, American football days, all that kind of stuff. You've got all the stewards, you've got all the bar staff, you've got all the food, you've got all the chefs, you've got the brewery people, you've got the entertainers, the hosts. There's a lot of work that goes on in that area now due to Tottenham. The pubs and the restaurants all around the ground will be are booming because of because of Tottenham. So at the end of the day, I don't think you can begrudge what he's done for the local community. From a Tottenham perspective, yeah, that's a whole different ball game, and we've all got our own personal views on that. I don't really want to get into that, but it is clear from what he is saying is that he still watches Tottenham. He still wants Tottenham to do well. He couldn't believe that we are where we are, despite maybe being part of it. And interesting to see that the Prince of Wales has said he hopes that Tottenham stay up. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, West Ham fans. Moving on to Dermot Gallagher. Dermot Gallagher yet again with his opinions. Terrible referee, terrible pundit. Where he says you can see that the Leeds defender touches the ball. I don't know what you're looking at. I have them, mate, because, to me, I don't see him touch the ball. I see it come off of Maddison. He clearly takes Maddison out. Whether he touches the ball or not, he's took him down. It's a penalty all day long, twice on a Sunday, and I don't care what you're talking about. In terms of the Leeds penalty, yeah, I'll accept it. It's a penalty because he's kicked him in the head, but he's kicked him in the head because he's doing an overhead kick to clear the ball whilst there was no player around him. He didn't see the player. He was in the air as the player came in. The player jumped into the ball to challenge for the ball. So he puts himself in that position where he's got a high foot. If there was no one around him, no one would have said anything. But because he puts his head there, all of a sudden it becomes a problem. But listen, it's one of those. It gets given when your boot is high in the area. It doesn't always happen if you're scoring a goal, but if you're defending the goal, different kettle of fish, isn't it? Different kettle of fish. And the issue around Palhinha. I haven't heard this before about Palhinha wanting to go back to Portugal, although it kind of does make a little bit of sense. He is 30. Does he want to play in the Premier League? Yes. Will Tottenham definitely be in the Premier League? Who knows? So potentially, I guess there could be the option that he goes back to Porto. If Tottenham don't go into stay in the Premier League, I think that would be a real loss for us because I think he's a good leader. He's got a lot of passion about the football, really wants to do well, and there's been a standout for me over the season. He's cropped up with some good goals at good times as well. I don't think you can knock his impact. Whether him and Bentancur is a great mix of players, I don't know. I think they've been a lot more solid than people give them credit for. And with Bentancur being out, that has made that a lot more difficult. But over the last few games, we've seen that relationship grow. So I would personally be keen to keep him. I hope that even if we do go down, he will stick around for sure. That's kind of what I'm hoping anyway. So yeah, we're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and comment and subscribe. If you're listening on audio platforms, please follow and leave a review if you can. I'll see you on the next one. And as always, up the Spurs.